Welcome to Odd Past Story. Have you noticed how noisy the world has become? Everyone is talking, posting, arguing, explaining, but very few are truly listening. We live in a culture that celebrates loudness, speed, and endless words. But here's the contrast. The loudest person is not the wisest person. The one who dares to stay silent often holds the deepest strength. Today, I want to show you why silence is not weakness. It is wisdom. Why silence is not emptiness. It is power. And why mastering silence could transform not only your communication in English, but also your entire life. Most people misunderstand silence. Some believe silence means you're shy. Others assume silence means you have nothing valuable to say. And so, they fill every pause with noise. They rush, they interrupt, they speak without depth. Think of a student in class who panics during a pause and throws out random words. Or a friend who never lets you finish your sentence. Both create the same result: confusion, frustration, and distance. Without silence, conversations lose oxygen. Relationships lose depth. And our own minds lose clarity. That is the problem we face. But here is the good news. Silence is not empty. It is full of power. When you master silence, you gain confidence, clarity, and calm. Your words become stronger. Your presence becomes deeper. And when you finally speak, people listen. In this lesson, I will share with you 4 timeless lessons on the power of silence. Each one will give you wisdom for life and strength for your communication in English. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who needs encouragement today. Your support helps us reach more learners around the world. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Silence builds listening power. Silence is not just the absence of words, it is the presence of attention. When you stay silent, you create space to truly listen. Not just to words, but to emotions. Think of a teacher who waits patiently for you to finish speaking. That silence shows respect. It gives you confidence. Now compare that with a teacher who interrupts you constantly. Which one helps you learn? If you ignore silence, you miss meaning. But if you practice it, you become a better listener, a better friend, a better communicator. Lesson 2. Silence strengthens your words. Words spoken after silence carry weight. Pauses make your words powerful. Think of great speakers. They don't rush. They use silence like punctuation, giving meaning to every phrase. For example, the greatest strength is often hidden in silence. The pause makes the message sink in. Without silence, words are noise. With silence, words become music. Lesson 3. Silence protects you from regret. How many people regret words spoken in anger? Almost everyone. How many regret moments when they stayed silent? Very few. Silence gives you time to choose wisely. It saves relationships, careers, and dignity. Imagine someone insults you. If you reply instantly with fire, you may burn the bridge forever. But if you remain silent, breathe, and respond later with calm, you keep your power. Lesson 4. Silence reveals inner truth. In silence, you meet yourself. You hear your own thoughts. You discover your hidden fears and your hidden strengths. This is why many people avoid silence. They are afraid of what they might discover. But if you dare to sit quietly, you begin to know yourself deeply. Think of a student reading silently, reflecting, and noticing mistakes. That quiet practice looks small, but it builds real growth. But why do we fear silence so much? The root is not language, it is ego and fear. The ego whispers, if I stay silent, people will think I'm weak. Fear says, if I pause, others will judge me. But the truth is the opposite. The ability to stay silent shows confidence. It shows that you are not desperate to prove yourself. It shows maturity, calmness, and control. When you silence ego and quiet fear, you rise above the noise. You begin to communicate from wisdom, not insecurity. So, my dear friends, remember, silence is not your enemy. Silence is your teacher. It gives you the power to listen, the strength to choose your words, the protection against regret, and the path to your inner truth. In a noisy world, silence becomes your secret superpower. Next time you face a conversation, a challenge, or a choice, ask yourself, do I need to speak now, or do I need to stay silent? Because sometimes the most powerful voice is the one that chooses silence. And when you master silence, you don't just learn better English, you learn a better way to live. Thank you for joining Odd Past Story. If this lesson touched you, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, the power of silence is already within you. Use it wisely.